Eventually, Larry and Saul reach Strawberry Island, but they're late. The only landing spot is a sandy beach surrounded by dangerous rocks.
It was unnerving setting out at night. People die every year kayaking in the San Juans. But that danger is exciting. It's a thrill. I'm thinking I'm invincible.
Whoa! We have a winner!
Larry and Saul are paddling off the coast of America's Washington state into the heart of the 176 islands that make up the San Juans. They're crossing a notoriously dangerous stretch of water, the Rosario Strait, on the way to their first destination, Strawberry Island. They need to cross quickly. Soon the tide will turn, making it virtually impossible to land on the far side.
I keep going to the left. Huh?
I keep going to the left.
Yeah, well, adjust your rudder.
The rudder?
Yeah, with your foot pedals, you know?
Foot pedals?
What are your feet touching?
Nothing.
Nothing, are you sure?
Yeah, I said nothing. Well, actually, if I stretch out my left foot,
Larry, heck, did you even adjust the foot pedals? Everybody adjusts their foot pedals before setting off.
Yeah, I did. They just must have come loose or something.
I'm just kind of trying to fake it. And that's the first time I'd set my ass in a kayak. I'd never been in one before.
It started to dawn on me that Larry is faking the expertise on the kayaking. That's when I started to figure, okay, we've gone from a trip to an adventure.
You know, looking back, I'm thinking, what the hell was I doing? What was I thinking? What sane and reasonable person would cut across a channel at night the first time in a boat?
So not only were we doing my first winter trip, we were doing a nighttime crossing, and we were enduring a storm. So anybody that would have known us would have known, you know, that was really stupid.
Eventually, Larry and Saul reach Strawberry Island, but they're late. The only landing spot is a sandy beach surrounded by dangerous rocks. Now, in the darkness, they face the ferocious tidal currents swirling around the island, giving the area its nickname, the Witch's Cauldron.
We're here. Witch's Cauldron.
What?
Strawberry Island is dead ahead.
Where?
Up ahead, can you hear it?
Saul, all I hear is thrashing waves.
Waves are smashing and crashing on the rocks up there. The wind is picking up. It's hard to hear. And it's just looking pretty nasty up there, too. And I'm just thinking, well, this doesn't look fun.
This is the plan. There is only one beach on this island, only one slot in between the rocks. We can't miss that slot. I'll paddle in first. When I land on the beach, I'll wave my flashlight. That's your signal.
We're gonna land on that.
Aim for the flashlight and paddle hard. You got it? Larry, you got it!
Yeah, aim for the flashlight.
This was pushing my enjoyment factor. We were starting to get outside the area I enjoy. I knew that I needed to hit that beach just right or life was going to truly get miserable.
I can see big, jagged rocks that don't look good to land on. It's just really hairy out there.
The flashlight I have, you know, it's just not that bright. I see the rocks in front of me, and all I'm thinking is, oh, shoot.
What?
Wait!
I hear him yelling. I can't tell what he's doing. I'm just like, what? You know what?
Don't come in!
What are you saying? I can't hear what you're saying.
Larry sees my headlamp kind of waving around a little bit, and so he's figuring I must be waving him in.
Larry!
I could see him coming in. He's aiming for the flashlight, just like I told him to, and that flashlight's on my head.
The waves are smashing our boats on top of us and on top of the rocks. Very scary situation. Totally caught us off guard. It just happened in a split second.
You okay? What the hell was that? You tell me that! We crashed! We crashed! I stepped on it! Get me the hell out of here! They gotta reach those boats. You really need the boat. Yes! We need them! Or we're dead! We just get the hell out of here. You don't get it, do you? We're not gonna get out of here! If we don't get there! Get out of here! Get out of here!
I'm realizing we're definitely in a survival situation here, and we got to get our stuff up here. We got 4 days worth of food on the boats. Got enough fresh water for maybe 2 or 3 days. Without it, we're screwed.
I thought you said there was a beach here. Yeah, well, I lost the beach. Saul, how do you lose a beach? I misjudged it, okay? I got you.
Just hours into their sea kayaking adventure, Larry and Saul have shipwrecked on a deserted island.
I'm looking forward to getting warm. We could have been killed, but we weren't.
As much as Saul and I both seek out these fun, dangerous, athletic situations, we don't have a death wish. Basically, at this point, I take my dry bag out, and my dry bag is no longer a dry bag. My dry bag is a soaked bag. All my stuff is soaked at this point. Everything.
Larry, what happened? All my stuff is wet. Well, obviously. Did you even seal this properly? This is broken. No, it's not broken. You didn't seal it properly. What the hell is all this? This is all cotton. How could you ever think for a winter trip packing all cotton?
At that point, he was probably a little angry, and for probably good reason. My sleeping bag, all my clothes, all the gear I had, it's all just drenched. His stuff was fine.
Get into this. This is your bed. I have dry clothes. I can sleep in them.
Saul knows that in the cold and the wet, Larry's cotton clothes and his sleeping bag will take days to dry.
By that point, I truly realized that my assumptions weren't correct on his level of preparedness. I'm the guide on this trip, and Larry was going to more or less along for the trip. If I got in trouble, he wasn't going to be able to help me because we were so far out of his element. And then I'd snuggle up against the outside of his sleeping bag. Guys, especially in your 20s, you're going to go damn near hypothermic before you'll cuddle up with another guy.
He kept trying to nuzzle up to me. He was cold, and I'd get away, Saul. You know, what are you doing? You know, just keep... Throughout the night, he kept getting closer and closer, and I kept going farther and farther over this edge of the tent. I like Saul, but I don't like him that much.
Larry, I am cold. You move one more time, I'm climbing in there with your naked butt. Got it?
Larry and Saul's adventure was supposed to last 9 days, but the weather is getting worse and Larry's gear isn't drying. So Saul makes a decision.
I've rapidly realized the trip I planned isn't within our reach. Not for the two of us together. It's not going to work. It just wouldn't be a prudent thing to do.
I just wanted to tell myself, we still have time to have some fun and get this out of our system and use this as a small setback and just keep going.
So we're still going to Doe Bay then? The trip is over. Your stuff won't dry. One of us will end up hypothermic.
So the crash last night was totally my fault, had nothing to do with you.
Larry, man, we're bagging it.
I agree. Hey, do I get a say in this? Because I agree with you.
Start to pack your stuff up. We're leaving.
The trip is screwed at this point. But he's the boss. He's the leader. Saul is the expedition leader. That's how he always is. He likes being in charge.